Hey guys, it's Leroy Hawkson once again with you with EAN, that's Esports Africa News. And today we are here to discuss and talk to an interesting individual. He's basically just been appointed as the head coach of Play Province's Horde team. Play Province is one of the Ghana's biggest esports team. They've been dominating the national scene this year, and they've been making a lot of moves here and there, trying to expand their team, and they've brought on board this individual to help beef up their core team. And let me just introduce him to you. He's Isaac Nyantakyi, but he goes by Isaac Einstein. Isaac, welcome to the show.
Hey, welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
So Isaac, before we get into your signing or your appointment at Play Province, could you first tell us, how did you get into gaming?
So I've been in the gaming industry for quite a long time, because when I started gaming, we didn't have much online gaming, so everything was a bit offline. So maybe based on the community, that's where everybody knows you. But I started with FIFA. FIFA was my go-to game. So I was like one of the best in Ghana at a particular point. So that's when I really started the game. That's like 2010, they're about coming up. Yeah, that's when I really started gaming.
And how did you get into the competitive side of gaming, the esports side of the industry?
Okay, so what basically opened my eyes to esports was I was doing my master's in China. Doing my master's, there were a lot of esports activities in China, as you know, and so I got involved with. I mean, I know gaming. I play games in Ghana here and there. Being there, I got the opportunity to visit some of them, understand the concept they were using, visited a lot of gaming cafes, and then I got to know, oh, this thing is not as it seems back home. This is much, much bigger than we actually thought. So that's when I decided I was going to try and implement a similar esports strategy that has been employed in China, in Ghana, and Africa as a whole.
And what exactly was that plan?
So that plan was to basically bring forth individuals who are in Africa, show them to the international world, and also bring a bit of standardization and structure in teams who want to compete internationally or regionally, bring a bit of structure and some competitive, mentality into those particular individuals.
And is that what Motherland Gaming TV is all about?
So Motherland Gaming TV is basically a broadcast corporation that is set up to broadcast and showcase esports content in Africa to the world. So basically we're involved in organizing certain tournaments, sometimes broadcasting the tournaments themselves, and also basically showing the life of esports, or basically the growth of esports in Africa to the world.
Yeah. And it seems like Motherland Gaming TV has been growing a bit. You hosted the PUBG mobile competition, the National League. How did that all come about? And can you tell us more about Motherland Gaming?
So basically with the PUBG, we've dubbed it the Road to Bali. So the winners of this particular competition, they're going to represent Ghana in Indonesia in a few months. And we're planning on having a land event to try and make it a grand finale, probably the first battle royale tournament that has ever happened in our country. So we're really hoping to pull this off and make this one really good battle royale game. But we've also done other tournaments with Academic City, where we hosted squad wipeout with Call of Duty Mobile, and we've done a bunch of tournaments online, Call of Duty Warzone tournaments online. Also done a lot of PUBG tournaments, and hosted some African tournaments as well, just to bring a bit of standardization and structure, and also the beautiful side of esports in Africa to the world.
So what other plans does Motherland Gaming TV have in store for us this year?
So basically, Motherland this year, what we're trying to do, we're trying to incorporate our streaming ability into the local scene. Basically, we're trying to push a lot of the things that some of the physical things that we don't have, like laptops, capture cards. We're trying to bring all of that into the cloud. So right now, there's a new concept called cloud computing. So we're pushing everything into the cloud, where we start streaming right into the cloud, and then we can receive all our streams from the cloud. That's the next based on motherland.
So Motherland, I want to understand Motherland Gaming TV very well. Are you having content creators working under you? What exactly is it just you, or is it a group of people that come together to work?
So we have a couple of angel investors who invest in Motherland, and we also have a bit of people who we employ to do certain jobs, like content creation, like graphics and editing videos and all of that. And also we've got people who are also doing marketing, and also people who are bringing concept creation. So we've got all of that kind of cooperation inside Motherland.
So how soon will we get to see this machine in full steam?
Well, this machine is already in action. It's just that most people don't see them. Most people usually just see Isaac Einstein on the screen.
Yeah.
But there's usually a lot that's happening in the studio or outside in terms of meetings and strategies and stuff like that. There's a whole bunch of people who are way behind. It's just that my face is just usually what people usually see.
So let's move away from Motherland Gaming TV. I really want to come back to that, but I feel like that's not the main reason we are here today. We'll definitely come back. I'll definitely call you back, and we'll definitely talk more about the content creation side of it and more about the company. But let's talk more about Play Province and your appointment as the head coach of the Call of Duty team. How much I've seen your streams, you play a lot of COD, PUBG, all of that, but like you said, your go-to game initially was FIFA. So how confident are you to take up this role and to push this team to the highest level?
Okay, so right now, basically, the reason why I'm very confident about this particular role is I feel very comfortable in Call of Duty and understanding the concept of Call of Duty and the role of Call of Duty. And I am very much poised to help this team attain greater heights in terms of esports in Africa and in the world. I have a pathway that if we follow, hopefully in a year or two, you should be seeing Play Province is what performing, maybe big leagues in Europe and the US.
Do you know the team? Have you met them before? Do you know the players involved in the team already? You know their strengths, their weaknesses?
I have played with a couple of the teammates, played before, with also streams before. And so I have an understanding of the levels that they're at and the levels that we can probably attain in the future.
One thing that came up in my mind when I've heard about this announcement was basically, you have a lot to do. You do a lot. Yes. How are you going to manage, let's just take Motherland Gaming and Play Province? How are you going to manage these two things?
So Play Province, the role I'm doing is more of a passion, very passionate for me. And so the time that I will probably use to do a lot of Call of Duty gameplays where I'm just having fun, I will just shift that time into serious work. So there's no going to be time for playing. It's just going to be the playing time, not going to be used for serious time. The time I push myself, I'm going to use that to coach the team. We're going to be doing a lot of tournaments together, a lot of rankings together, try to understand some of the maps, some of the basic concepts, some of the things that specific people or specific individuals need to do in a particular gameplay.
And what kind of things will you be doing to help improve these guys? Do you have a plan in place that you think this is what we are going to do, this is what is going to take them to the next level?
Well, first of all, we need consistency and we need a schedule. And we need everybody to follow the consistency, the rate of consistency and the schedule as well. So if we have a schedule, we have practice on. I mean, I can't tell you exactly all our secrets, but
oh yeah, definitely. But I would love it if you did, do.
I mean, we're going to be doing a lot of sprint practices. Like for instance, if we're playing rank, like the Vanguard rank with 4v4, we'll probably try to play 2v4 or 3v4s all the time, just to see how we do when we're man down and all of that. There are a couple of other scripts that we can do to try and improve our abilities inside the game. And also the most important thing is the ability to think on your feet. You know, if you're beginning for a particular role, sometimes the role might change. You might have to adapt to a different role at a particular time. So all of those things will have to come into place while we practice.
But another thing that bothered me about this announcement was you have a team, don't you? Lion Wrath. I believed you were creating your own esports team. Doesn't that sort of clash with you with this job as a Play Province's head coach?
So basically, what we discovered during this, basically, putting ourselves out into the adventure of an esports industry is we realized that there's so many entanglements, right? And so basically, what we're trying to do, we're trying to leave certain things for certain people. For instance, the Mobile Gaming is a broadcasting corporation. We want to focus on broadcasting. Play Province is an esports team, so they will focus on the esports team. And we also have tournament organizers and we want to focus on tournament organization. So if we are able to ascertain all of these different categories and everybody stays in their lanes, we wouldn't have clashes. And the space is too small for all of us to be in the same field. So everybody's doing their own thing, but we're supporting each other. And that is what basically motivated me. I'm like, okay, well, Lion Rap is not necessarily, the Call of Duty Lion Rap is not necessarily on show right now.
Yeah.
There are plans people might probably come back up, but right now most of them are engaged, travel and all of that. So they're not engaged right now. So while I have time, I can give these guys my support so that they can also better themselves in the field that they're doing.
But what if Lion Rat finally becomes active? How is that going to play out?
Well, I would be the instigator of that activeness. So I would definitely have a talk and then we'll see what best we can do. It's just like we have to understand that esports is basically becoming like any sports in agency. Like, you know, you have Mourinho coaching Manchester United, moving to Tottenham, going to ACS. But just like the way people move, players move, that's the same way coaches and managers roles. So it's not a big deal.
So you don't see yourself maybe still being the head coach of Play Province and maybe hiring someone else to manage Lion Wrath? Or maybe
I mean if that comes to play, the thing is Motherland doesn't just belong to me, there's a whole corporation. So if it gets to a point where they feel like, you know, okay, we want to get back into this, well, okay, maybe I might have to come up with a from Play Province to join Lion Wrath, I might still Play Province, and they might hire another manager for that particular position. But nonetheless, the most important thing is we're trying to bring esports in Africa to the world. And we're trying to put all the best people in different places to pick those roles that can elevate us into those positions.
So with you as Play Province's head coach for the core team, where do you see the team, let's say in 5 years, 10 years?
Well, I see the team basically performing in some of the top Call of Duty leagues in the world. You know, there are massive plans to try and see if we can bring Africa. I feel like Africa in the next 5 years, we should be in a position to play CDLs and if not just CDLs, at least regional qualifiers and some big tournament. And definitely that would be the goal to try and put Play Province into that particular arena so that they can perform in the world.
So you believe that you can get to the world with this team? Do you have any say in basically, let's say, who gets into the team or maybe signings of players? What exactly is your role as the head coach?
Yeah, basically, I have autonomy who to bring in if the players are performing. We usually most of the people usually perform. But if there's a problem, we can do it. Maybe try and get somebody in for the interim or for permanent time. That's fine, you know. But I have autonomy to choose and think how we want to grow this team. Play Province, how we want to grow it.
I've seen Play Province make a whole lot of moves this year for in the esports space. They seem to want to dominate the nation, and it seems like they're actually doing it. Was that one of the motivating factors to take up this role, join a team that is serious about dominating the nation and maybe even conquering the continent as well?
Absolutely, I've met the owners of Play Province. I've met some of the managers before, so we had an interaction. At that time, we didn't really discuss this, So, I had a fair idea of what they were doing. And I was really impressed with what they were doing, how they brought in structures in place, and how motivated they were to get people in the right areas to perform. So that really motivated me to, like, okay, well, these guys are moving, why not move with them? And then why all of us got pushed in the same direction. That was a real good motivator.
Okay, so I feel like that's all I have to discuss today with you, Isaac. I will definitely call you back to talk more about Motherland Gaming TV, something that is very interesting to me. I believe I even worked for Motherland Gaming for a couple of days as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's
so
true.
yeah, I really want to talk more about Motherland Gaming and history, plans, and the future of the company as well. Because it seems like Lion Rat has been put on the sideline for now, and it's mainly going to be on the broadcasting side. So it's a very interesting thing I want to discuss and talk about. But today wasn't about that. We'll have to discuss that another time. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, any final words before I let you go?
Well, basically, what I want to say is Ghana and West Africa should get prepared for the biggest battle royale event in the country. We have 16 teams, 64 players, one place, one time, all playing together. And that will be happening on the 2nd of July. So stay tuned. Definitely Esports Africa News. Once all the details come out, I'll definitely hit you guys up.
Yeah.
You guys know all the details. It's going to be one hell of a tournament because everybody's going to be there. And you definitely don't want to miss it. In terms of live audience, also on the streams as well. You definitely don't want to miss it.
All right. Thank you so much, Isaac. So, guys, that was Isaac Einstein. He likes to be called Isaac Einstein. I don't know why.
There's actually a history to that,
Oh, really?
Actually, yeah.
Okay, I'm listening.
So,
now I'm curious. I'm listening.
My two mentors are Albert Einstein and Isaac Newton. Those are my two mentors, and I'm actually Isaac, right? And I would say I'm probably like a geek. I like science, I like evolution and stuff like that, theories and stuff like that. So that's where it comes from. So Albert Einstein and Isaac Newton combined is just Isaac Einstein. That's where it comes from.
All right.
And that's why people call me Einstein when it comes to like Call of Duty gameplays, because I usually find ways of going around the issue and try to strategize myself in the game. So that's where it comes from.
All right. Okay, so Isaac, once again, thank you so much for your time. And guys, thank you for staying with us and listening. We'll get back to you later. Once we get more details on the PUBG tournament, we'll definitely bring back Isaac to talk more about it and to talk more about Motherland Gaming TV as well. So my name has been Leroy Hawkson. This has been EAN TV. Thanks for watching.